The stories of Jukebox Cave are held underneath a concrete dance floor. It holds the fun, the hard times, and the relationships. It's hard to believe that this little cave in the middle of nowhere would have so many extraordinary stories. Not many photos or videos remain from Jukebox Cave, but that doesn't mean that all of its history has been forgotten. Long before Jukebox Cave was used for a nice cool place for the airmen stationed at the west one of our airbase to relax, the Native Americans used it as a place to seek shelter, weave their baskets, and tell stories with their rock paintings. Long after the Native Americans abandoned the West Desert, the United States opened a wartime airbase to train for the top-secret mission connected to the Manhattan Project. This base would train the men who would ultimately be credited with ending World War II when they dropped the atomic bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The isolation and secretive nature of the base led the men working there to look for a place where they could hang out and cool down. Airmen not high enough in rank to hang out at the NCO club but smart enough to sneak off the base created the famous Jukebox Cave. First they made a concrete dance floor, brought generators, and hauled up a jukebox. An issue of Air Force magazine published in 1943 provides this summary of Jukebox Cave. The salvagers did not forget their own comfort. They found an Indian cave in one of the hills complete with ancient etchings on the walls, a bit of a cement floor, a bit of a bar, and it became a fine NCO club as anybody could wish. The cave was a few miles from the base and a steep uphill walk to reach the entrance. The cave was the soldiers' own little officers' club. Picture this, it was the early 1940s. By day you could hear the pops of the guns and the roars of the planes flying overhead. As the night rolls around, you can hear the stomping feet on the dance floor and the laughter of the young men and women having a blast. Even though Jukebox is now closed off to the public, it doesn't mean that the music that came from it died. If you close your eyes and imagine, you could still hear the muffled songs of Bing Crosby, Frank Sinatra, and Benny Goodman playing on the jukebox. Today, the cave is banned to prevent vandalism and the base is all but forgotten, though museum staff is hoping to restore and revive this historic location into a living museum. Music is still alive and well in Wendover. Just over the border, the roar of the planes is replaced by the cha-ching of the slot machines. The Peppermill Concert Hall is a renowned version of Jukebox Cave where you can find the headlines of both past and present still performing for the locals and tourists alike to let their hair down.